Hey there, I'm Alan, and I'm here at the Landmark Theater. I'm here for the world premiere of the first episode of the new Torchwood series. So let's head over to the theater and let's go through the time gate. Yeah, baby. Here we are in the Landmark Theater, and in fact we are not lining up for Harry Potter, but it certainly looks that way since we're all sitting right under the poster. But hey, we got good seats for Harry Potter at least. We're now slowly moving into the theater.
Okay. Well,
very, very slowly.
Getting the preconceived cool. Really cool. Show you how I got the
Here we are in the theater waiting for the Torchwood premiere.
I think the first episode was a great homage to the first episode of Torchwood, and it will be very interesting to see how American it gets from here out.
I really liked how they were able to have little shout-outs to the past seasons for fans who've already seen it, but it was still something that people coming fresh into it will be able to enjoy. So I really like that.
I think it was excellent to see that they retained the sense of humor that Russell T Davies had introduced both the Doctor Who and Torchwood. And just the quality of writing was excellent. The overall quality of writing.
Best part? Gwen.
Yes.
The rocket launcher. It's kick-ass.
Yes.
I really liked that they brought one of my favorite characters from the British series into this one. Andy? Yes. Oh my gosh, I love him! It's so awesome. I love that he
She's talking about Andy in case you didn't hear her.
Right.
He's like the Rash Antilles of the Torchwood.
Yes. Hey, can we get him for time gate? Because he probably wouldn't charge much.
It was awesome. I loved it. The telephone call, and I just really liked that part of it. I'm glad that he was in it.
Something I want to say from a story level, they introduce you as a new viewer to it as they introduce the new characters. So they're learning about Torchwood as you, the viewer, learn about it, which is the track that 1996 TV movie should have taken. Even though I love the TV movie. In other words, you're not going to have any trouble following along because the characters are learning as you're learning.
Oh, yes.
So that was a good move, I thought, from the writer's perspective. The other thing too, they could have shied away from the whole alien thing and just made it like a supernatural, paranormal, X-Files thing, but they don't shy away from it. It's there. They talk about aliens. So.
Right now, at least in the first episode, it has that feeling of supernatural. The main characters may be saying alien, 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 but the overall feel of the episode, we don't know. I mean, it's just this feel.
It is Torchwood. The go-to is if you don't know what it is, you go to alien. That's what they specialize in.
I guess that would be my main criticism, is that it felt too supernatural to me. It didn't seem clearly alien.
You're talking about Supernatural, the series.
No, supernatural as in...
An aspect of the story.
Right, not alien as in some other being or something not from Earth, but supernatural as in...
It's kind of vague and ambiguous.
Yeah.
And so I would have liked it to be more of an alien type of thing than a supernatural deal.
Said not of this Earth.
Yes.
Somehow it's linked, possibly linked to Jack too. So.
But we got to remember as well.
She wanted to see the UFO come down.
No, not necessarily that.
Just so you knew that was
that.
I want the Slitheen showing up in episode 3.
Your face, but,
Those scenes.
Well, one of the things that I think we have to remember as well is this is called Torchwood Miracle Day. So we're going to assume that at least a goodly part of the season, or possibly the entire show, is going to be based around what we're learning in this first episode.
Right.
So it's very possible we can have a period of time that is supernatural without knowing anything alien, because they've got time.
Well, there'll be a reveal at some point.
Yeah, at some point. And again, just because it's Torchwood, it doesn't, I mean, there were episodes that weren't necessarily alien. They just kind of went, we don't know what the hell that is.
Yeah.
You know, and they just learned that sometimes we tack it down to an alien, sometimes it's something we don't know, we steal it.
We don't.
Okay, I just got home from the Torchwood screening tonight, and I gotta say, man, what a great experience it was. The STARZ people who were there were really great, they were really friendly, and really seemed to be excited about the show. It was interesting because none of them had seen Torchwood before, so their first exposure to the show was a private screening that they did for the employees a couple days ago, maybe yesterday, I don't remember. And they all said that it was really gripping, really exciting, and they were on the edge of their seat watching it. And they felt like it was, you know, really easy, having don't know anything about Torchwood, to just come into it and just, you know, follow the storyline. That you got enough hints from the script to be able to catch up with what's going on. So the ones that I talked to tonight, actually, they were really excited to watch it again tonight, because seeing it in a theater with an audience of people who all know Torchwood, they said it was really great to be able to see people who know the show, who reacted to the characters, who got the, you know, little references, and, you know, laughed at all the places and cheered at the, you know, and they said it was a lot of fun to do that. And they all said that they were really excited about seeing the rest of the season from here on out. I would say, as far as the tone goes, it was much closer to Children of Earth than than the previous two seasons, and it really did pick up right after Children of Earth, because you see the places where our established characters are starting is definitely an aftermath from what they went through in Children of Earth, and there's a number of little references, quite a few actually, to the 456. Not necessarily, well, you'll have to wait and see what that means, but it was really cool that the 456 was a factor that it tied into this storyline. It was sort of the basis, it was the bed from which all this other stuff was built, and it was really, really cool. Bill Pullman was fantastic. There were some moments where it got a little gory, and certainly in a surprising way a couple of times. There's one that's just over the top, but it's great. It's such a great scene, and you'll see when you see it. You know, one of the things that I've always liked about Russell T Davies' writing is that he's able to latch onto a concept that maybe others hadn't thought of and really explore it. And one of the early examples of that was in the first season, in the 2005 season of the Doctor Who revival, when a companion goes off traveling with the Doctor, what happens to the people in their lives who were still there. And in Aliens of London, it was really neat to have Rose thinking she'd been away for, you know, a month or whatever, and it had been a year, and there's missing person posters and things like that, and her family are freaking out, and they don't know where she's been. And that's, you know, an aspect of companion life that had never been explored before. So that's the kind of thing that I think he does extremely well. And I think in this one, he really does a fantastic job of exploring the idea of what if one day nobody dies. He explores that in every possible angle, and it's really, really good, and it's really fascinating, and I think that it sets the tone in a really strong way for the coming season. I really think that Eve Miles was terrific in this, but I think she always is. You know, I think she's one of the better actress on the show. I think she did a terrific job in this. Everything was just great. It was so good. It's neat because Torchwood is now on a global scale, and I think that they got closer to that in Children of Earth, because what they were dealing with had worldwide ramifications. But in this case, the thing that they're dealing with, again, worldwide ramifications, but the story is being told on an international scale. And I think that with the larger budget behind the show, I think that we're only in for good things. I think that the integration of the American characters into the Torchwood storyline was done really well. It's not jarring in any way, I don't think. The characters that we already know and love, Jack, Gwen, Reese, Andy, they're the same characters. You already know them. You pick up from where they left off in the last show, and integrating them into the larger, and it was just really good. The bigger budget meant that they could do things that they hadn't been able to do before, like blow up helicopters. That was awesome. So I really am excited about this season, and I can't wait to see where it goes from here. So that's it. That's my report on Torchwood. Those of you who aren't able to see the premiere in the theater, it starts this Friday night on STARZ. So tune in. It's going to be really great. I'm really excited about it. And thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.